So it turns out that John Maguire has acquired a new hobby, and that is cars, or vehicles if you like, because some of them are trucks and vans. And he's had a busy few days. As you can see, he's got quite a collection of vehicles now, and he's spent a few days making them all roadworthy, making sure they've all got batteries filled up with gas. He's also filled up 2 whole fuel containers. Now, there is one thing that really John would really like to add to his base now, this awesome place, and that's a garage. That is somewhere to put all of these vehicles and to work on his mechanics. So that's what he's going to do over these next few days. He's going to be building quite a big garage all the way along here. Going to be using these sort of lights here, and it's going to extend the whole length here. It's a big job, I'm not going to lie. It's a big job. John is probably going to maybe attain the rank of master carpentry as a result of all of this work. But first things first, we need to grab a wood axe. We need to cut down about half a forest. Let's get to it. Okay, so John has not strayed far. We are just down the road from his base. In fact, might be able to see it from here. There we are. We're just down over the road now. The plan is carpentry, wood collecting 101. We've got the wood axe, which is the best weapon, the best tool for cutting down trees. We've got ripped sheets, which means we can combine them, make log stacks, which makes them much easier to pick up, to carry, and John will be able to take a lot more back to base. But this is going to be hard physical labor for John, but he's used to it. Okay, so John has been hard at it, cutting down trees all morning. We've got 4 log stacks of 4, so we've got 16 logs. We've got way more room to get more, but I haven't got enough ropes, haven't got enough ripped sheets. So let's get these back, let's get these unstacked, let's saw them up into planks, and let's get some flooring down. Okay, so John is already drowsy and he's moderately exerted. He's been hard at it all day, and the flooring that you see there, that's 16 logs. That is 16 logs. So it just goes to show what a massive job John has got. We haven't even put down half of the flooring. When John said he was going to have to cut down a whole forest to get this job done, he was not exaggerating. But John needs a rest. John needs some food, and then he's going to go straight back out and cut down some more trees. Okay, so John has cut down a load more trees. He's got another 4 log stacks of 4, so another 16. But he's knackered. He is knackered, he is tired, he is ready for bed. So we're going to get these back to base. Put down the flooring, saw up the logs, put down the flooring, and then get John to bed. And he's going to get straight up early in the morning and carry on. This is going to be a big job. Okay, nearly 2 full days of hard physical toil for John. Some 24 trees cut down, several hundred nails used, a lot of time and effort, and we've got the flooring in. That's all we've got. We've just got the flooring in. Now, does this garage need to be this big? Of course not, but we're going to do it anyway. We got so much more work to do. Let's unstack another set of logs, let's saw them up, and let's start putting in the walls. Okay, so John has been at it for several days now. He's starting to see planks and hammers in his sleep, in his dreams, but that is half of the ground floor planned out and built. You can see the garage is going to be in 2 halves. We've still got all the walls and all the roof to do, but we've got enough space to place 2 vehicles in each bit, and to also have sort of storage shelving around the outside. Now we're going to give... Ooh, John is excessively exerted, he can barely walk. We're going to put some stairs on the side here for roof access, so that will give us the option to build another story if we want. But yeah, it is starting to come together. It is hard work, but John is focused, he is obsessed, he really wants to get this done. Okay, so that is the whole ground floor structure for the garage done now, and I gotta say, John thinks it's turned out pretty well. We've got a nice big entrance exit at the back. We've got two garage compartments completely the same. We've got a bit of windows, we've got a bit of natural light, and John's understanding of building is rudimentary. Wooden walls, it's rudimentary at best, but he's planned it out well. We've got four tiles there and tiles there to make sure we maximize the amount of storage space as possible. And as I said earlier, John is going to put some stairs on the side there, so we've got roof access. We'll put a roof on this place, and there's always the option of a second story. Man, this is hard, long work for John, but he's going to keep going. He's got this. Okay, so the stairs are in now. John is working on the roof, what could one day be the next floor. And yeah, oh, there is carpentry level 8. Nice. Now John does not like heights. This is really outside of his comfort zone. Give him a group of zombies and a shotgun and he's a happy man. But this is precarious. He will be glad when this whole garage build is completely finished. It has been quite an undertaking. Okay, so John is finally done. He's putting in the last roof tile. Let's say it may be nothing more than just one big, well, no, massive wooden shed, but it is something that John has poured heart and soul into building, and he is extremely proud of himself. We now have quite the awesome garage. It is still just an empty shell though. It is still just an empty shell. John he can barely walk. He is ridiculously tired. The amount of time and effort. He has lost track of his days. He has lost track of the amount of nails and planks. He's gone through a whole wood axe, repaired it twice. Just the numbers are huge. The numbers of nails, it's been immense, but it is done. It is done. But now John wants nothing more than a good night's sleep. But it is an empty shell, as John said, so we need to fill it up. We need to fill it up with lots and lots of lovely storage. And that is next on the to-do list. Okay, it is the next morning and John is just making himself a delicious rabbit soup, but he's really just putting in any ingredients that he can find. Now, John now has to hit the road and he's got to find a lot of storage, a lot of shelving, a lot of crates, a lot of storage for that huge garage. He's got to make it come alive. It's going to look awesome when it's done, but John has to... he's going to have to pick up a lot of stuff. So this calls for using one of the huge trucks that are outside and hitting up all the nearby garages so we can get all of the proper gear for John's new home garage. But first, man's got to eat. Okay, so the first port of call is this garage literally just right up the road. And we're going to grab whatever is in here and put those straight in place, and that will enable John to really sort of plan what he should put where, because there's a lot of space to fill. But this is all the gear we want to be grabbing: tables, the toolboxes, all the things that makes it look like a garage, as well as all of these generic shelving. But yeah, there's a lot to do still. But John is used to hard work and he can do it. Okay, so John is a man of many talents. As well as being a master carpenter, he is also an expert removal man. He has absolutely emptied this place, and you know what, just for good measure, I'm going to take these oval outdoor lamps as well. Now, if John could, he'd also take that sign. There was actually a lot of gear in here for what is actually quite a small garage. That is really an excellent start in John's journey to make an awesome home garage. Let's get all this back to the base and get it put in. Okay, well that is all of the gear unloaded and put in place, and things are starting to come together. Definitely need a better flooring. John is not really keen on that at the moment after all the red carpet saga, but once again John is absolutely exhausted. He can barely move, and there's still so much more to do, so much more gear we need. We need a lot of gear. John's gonna have to make a list and hope that he can find 2, maybe even 3 more garages. That's probably where he's gonna have to go to find all the gear he needs, but for now John is just gonna have to collapse into bed. Okay, so John's hitting the road. He's going in search of the next garage. I think there is one up past the police department. Just at the end of this road. There's still a lot of gear that John needs to get, but we're going to move on to the next garage and hopefully we can get most of it from there. Okay, so here we are, the next garage. It's fortunate that John actually marked garages on the map so he could remember, so he knew. Ooh, there's a zombie in here. This is, wow, I almost forgot what one of those looked like. Now this looks strangely familiar, this layout. Oh, that's actually really good. This will actually mean that John will be able to pick up almost everything he needs from this one place. But man, this is going to be a lot of work. There's a lot of furniture to pick up, but it's going to look absolutely awesome once it's all in place. Let's get to work. Okay, so that is another garage almost completely emptied of all its gear. John is still needing to find a couple more bits and pieces though. We need 1 more metal locker and 2 lots of these large metal shelves. Now just next door to us, just there, that is the storage units that had all of the cool gear, and I'm sure John will find the few remaining storage bits and pieces that he needs to complete his garage. So he's going to show off his rather awesome reversing skills, and let's see if we can find what we need in this storage container unit. Okay, so here we are, good start in the very first container. This is the first. We need 2 of these large metal shelves and then just 1 more metal locker, and then that is all of the gear we need. Okay, so this is the final thing we need. We now have all the gear to put into the garage, and it's just going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing just how good this garage is going to be. It does need a floor, as I said, but this is going to look really, really good. Let's get this back to the base and let's get it all put in, and let's see what the finished garage will look like. Okay, so John is putting in the very last piece of the jigsaw, the very last piece of storage for this, and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think John got the spacing, the plan, the floor plan of the garage absolutely spot on. The shelves are empty at the moment, but that will soon change. Man, doesn't it look great? Doesn't it look great? Does need a few extra bits here and there, maybe an arcade machine, a small fridge full of beer, all the things that John would enjoys and loves. But look at it, it looks awesome. Now this has been quite an undertaking for John. It has been an immense amount of time and energy has gone into building this garage, but he is really, really, really pleased. Again, it's the end of another day and John is tired, he's exerted, he is very hungry, he's worked up one hell of an appetite. He needs to spend a couple of days just relaxing at base, reading more about the skills he needs to survive, but also just having a good night's sleep and not doing very much. Let's get John a snack and let's get him to bed. Okay, so starting another day for John in the zombie apocalypse. It's July the 5th. John has spent the day taking care of his food needs. Now he's planted a whole new round of crops, including a lot of carrots. The strawberries are nearly ready to harvest, but he's also spent the day consistently putting traps and baiting them and doing a lot of fishing. And now he's really starting to build up a good amount of food. Look at all that. Still losing weight. The amount of food this guy puts away is unreal, but it really is starting to feel that John has a really good chance of surviving. Now all of that takes care of his bodily needs, his basic sustenance, his survival, but doesn't really take care of his mental needs. Now, one of the reasons John wanted to build this huge garage, which is now almost finished, just that flooring to do, was it was something to do, it was something to pass the time, it was something to occupy his mind, to take his mind off the fact that he could possibly be the last man in Raven Creek. The loneliness, it's only been a day, but the loneliness is starting to bear heavy on his soul once again. So he's going to do something. Maybe it's the first sign of madness, who knows, but he's going to go out and he's going to find some friends. He knows where he can find some friends. So let's hit the road. We need the lorry. Again, it's going to involve picking up a lot of stuff, but let's go out and find John some friends. Okay, so John is just up the road once more from the police department. And yep, you guessed it. These are John's new friends. These are going to be John's new housemates. He's got names for them all in his head. Let's get to work. Let's grab some mannequins. There are a lot around. John is going to be able to really fill up his base. Oh, hello. Allow me to introduce you to Veronica and Trudy. That's right. John's gonna do the only sane thing he can think of, and that's to go completely mad. John's just gonna check out for a little bit. He's just gonna go absolutely insane. It's the only sane thing to do. Now, that is gonna have to be it for today. I really hope you enjoyed the new addition to the base, the garage. John really isn't sure what else is ahead for him, but for sure, for now, he's just going to be chilling back at base. Sub, like, comment, all that stuff. But for now, peace.